Hello and welcome back to The Sims. What do you guys do when there's a new update? What I was actually planning to do, as you can see, I have a lot of tabs open at the top. I opened these tabs up 3 days ago and they have sat here on my computer because I kept saying, like, I can't use these mods because I haven't gone through and made sure they were updated for the last update. And now there's a new one that just dropped today. So now my question is, what do I do with these now? What I'm actually going to do, I think, is I'm going to leave them here. I have joined most of these in their free Patreon part of their channels. So the free part where a lot of these you can just join for free and you won't get early access to things, but you will get the access when it happens. But these are the main people that I get mods from. A Deep Indigo has a ton of mods that I like. Then we have Kiara Sims 4 mods, which I love some of those. We have Little Miss Sam, who did put out a message today, 2 hours ago, for some of these patch update fixes, but there's never a way to know that you've gotten all of them done, you know? So I did add the calendar tweaks. The other ones of these I don't use from her. And then we have Lumpino mods, which, see, it says, this is how you do it, by the way. It says choose your membership, and if you don't want to pay for one of the memberships, you can just scroll down and it'll give you the stuff that you are able to do without being a member. Like right here, it says join to unlock this one, but then there are other things that you can just view the post. So you don't have to be a member of all these Patreons to actually get the Patreon information. And I do think that it's more up to date for people on their Patreons because those are the people that are paying them to do their mods. So a lot of people will update it over here on Patreon before they update anywhere else. And then here is Panda Sama, which she is now adding a whole NICU section. Look at this. To her childbirth mod. I mean, she already had the best childbirth mod in the whole game. Like, I don't know anybody that's got one even close to the same as hers. And now she's added a whole NICU element. Like, y'all, I got lost looking through here yesterday. And somebody else said that they were having an issue with things not showing up. And then she said it's because of the way they did their mods in there. I have not added this into my game yet, but I want to so badly. But especially now that we've got this new update, I'm definitely going to wait, but I'm keeping this thing open. Then I also have on Tumblr, this is Zerbu. Why does it look like that? It does not normally look like that. But this is Zerbu, and I have quite a few things from them that I like to use in my CC stuff. Then I have realistic zodiac signs. I did not have this in my thing before, but I want to see what it does and how it affects my Sims. And so I'm going to be downloading it once we make sure that it works with the new update. That's what I mean for all of these, even though I'm not going to say that every time, okay? Then we have Preference Plus. So it just gives your Sims new preferences, hobbies, interests, venues, outfits, personal things, food types, drinks, and flavors, all kinds of stuff that they can like. And apparently there's even new flavors and cuisine preferences and other preferences that they can like. So this is a nice one to have. I had it for a long time and I've taken it off because I did not have the newest update, and then I haven't touched it again. And you can see it was updated August 2nd for that last update. And then Ravishing. I feel like if you have, or Ravishing, like, I don't know how this is pronounced, by the way, but if you have seen any of the toddler CC stuff that I use on my stuff, it all came from Ravishing. I still don't know how to say it, but it all came from her. And I love a lot of her stuff. Then I have Wonderful Whims, which I used to have in my game all the time. And then I felt like I was never using any of it, so I took it out. And now that we've gotten the Love expansion pack, I just haven't put it back in there. But I'm going to wait and see what they do for this newest update, and then I'll probably get it again. And then I love the Career Overhaul from Cutto. I'm not sure how you say that either, but the The career overhaul I really like, and I use it when I'm playing, when I'm not playing challenges, when I'm just doing family play, and I want there to be like extra hard issues with jobs and things like that, getting promotions, getting the jobs, that kind of thing. I like it for that. Then we have Traits Overhaul from Vicky Sims. And I really like this one as well. That just has lots of different traits and a new format for how they come out. Not format, but a new behind the scenes thing that somehow makes them come out. I know that sounds weird, and what it means is I don't know how to do it, except I just know how to put this mod in there, and then it makes my Sims have what seems to be more personality things based on their traits. Speaking of, I also love the personality mod from the Daily Plum Bob, and so I will be checking back here as well to see what is going on and what mods I need to refresh and update. So I didn't mention the two that I cannot play the game without, and that is MC Command Center and UI cheats. MC Command Center looks like this. Download MC Command Center. I do pay to be a member of their Patreon because, like I said, I don't want to play the game without MC Command Center. And if I am willing to love a mod that much, I guess, then I am willing to support them. So I have joined their Patreon. So I get emails sent to me that says, we have a new update, the update's ready, like that kind of stuff. So I don't ever have to know where the MC Command Center website is. Like, I don't have to come here because I get the updates emailed to me, which is fantastic. And then over here, We're Besu is the UI Cheats extension. This is also something that I do not want to play the game without. I mean, I have not joined their Patreon, but I do not want to play the game without UI Cheats. I could if I had to, I just don't want to. So I went and got the newest one after the last update. As soon as they did it, I went and picked it up. So there has not been another one since July 25th for that last update. So I'm not going to put UI cheats in my game right now because they have not been updated. And then last one, the one that I love a lot is Twisted Mexie's mods, and Better Build By is the main one. Like, it just helps keep all of my things together when I'm in build mode, and I really like the way it just feels more organized to me. So there are a few Twisted Mexie mods that I don't want to play the game without either. I mean, I do, but if I can, I don't want to. If I can avoid it, I don't want to. So Twisted Mexie is the one that gives you the all scenarios right here. It also gives you the always move objects on and the full edit mode and cast. And then they also have always free build. I usually have always move objects on from the Better Build By thing. And then I always have full edit mode turned on from MC Command Center. And testing cheats always on from there as well. But you can get all of it from Twisted Mexie if you want to as well. I have not used the Better Inventory, but apparently this allows you to search the Sims inventory. I mean, if you've got a lot of stuff in your inventory, I guess you could use it if you wanted to. Better Exceptions is fantastic because it will tell you when one of your mods or some of your CC is messing up or messing the game up. Oh, I didn't even know they had this. You can enable or disable burnout, dazed, and dazed moodlets can be kept or disabled. I love it. There's just a lot of these things. This one says allows vampires to be in sunlight without burning. Daybreak, eternal day in all worlds. Wow. So it never gets dark there. This adds vehicles to your stuff, and then you can use the debug to destroy objects. This one also, I know some people like. Clean UI, which reverts the game UI back to the minimalist white version. So I don't really know what that looks like either, but that's on here as well. Anyway, I love looking at the mods on Twisted Mexie's website because I feel like it's easier to decide which ones you want, and then you just click download and it takes you to the Patreon page where you actually go all the way to the bottom, and right there where it says it, that's where you decide. I mean, that's where you download it. So that's the same on almost every one of these Patreon posts. You have to scroll all the way to the bottom right before the comments start, and that is almost always where the download is in the thing. So I think that is everything. That is a look at all the mods that I use. I will hopefully get them updated in the game soon. And I only use some of them for some things, and some of them I don't use at all. Let me show you. For my medieval play, I use this one, Ye Olde Cookbook Kit, and it has not been updated in a very long time. And the update on the Discord says that the creator is completely changing up a lot of stuff about it and redoing a lot of it. And so it's taken a really long time to get it all done. I love it, and it still works in my game. There are a few files that look weird when I click on them, and there's a few things that don't work. But for the most part, it works in my game, and it looks really good. And I still use it all the time. The one thing that we had issues with that you need to know, there's a couple. Number one, when you download this and it's an RAR file, that is the same as a zip file. So you've got to unzip that before you can put the files into your folder. People were commenting in the Discord that they put the file in there and it wasn't doing anything, and it's because they left it in the RAR instead of unzipping it. Number one. Number two, when you make butter or flour, or I don't remember what else, but there are quite a few like ingredients, and when you make those, it's only going to give you one item, but inside it has 8 items. So you need to make sure that you do a pick up item, like that kind of thing, so that you can have all 8 of them, because you can't cook with it when it's still in the group form. You have to, like this butter, it'll make this whole thing of butter instead of 8 little things of butter, which you can click on and take it out. The same thing with the homemade flour. You've got to separate it out into the 8 different things, and then you can use those things to actually cook with. So that's it. Those are my 2 tips for using that, and this is the main mod that I use in my Ultimate Decades. Everything else I use in modern gameplay, and I don't use in Ultimate Decades. I don't want like the more modern personality traits. I know that people throughout the ages have always had all variants of personalities just like they do now. This is not a new thing. However, they were discouraged a lot of times from showing a lot of personalities that differed from the quote-unquote acceptable or mainstream personalities, and the ones who did were generally labeled bad names and sometimes killed. So I have chosen to not have all the extra personality things and all of those kinds of things that aren't part of the base game. Okay, that being said, I do think for sure now I am done. I've showed you every mod that I use in my game, and even some that I want to use but I haven't yet. And if you guys have any that you think will enhance any of my gameplay, please let me know down below, and I will go check those out and see what I can find to add to my game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!